This
Okay.
was your Shadows continues to perform poorly in sales since. Well, do you want to read it since you wrote this?
Yeah, so pretty much, you know how we're all getting gaslit right now, saying how it's the second biggest launch since Valhalla. What I love that. It's just
And those
since
right-wing
Valhalla.
grifters are just trying to knock it down.
Oh yeah, the chuds are coping and seething as I'm just looking at the numbers like, dude, nothing's adding up. Since Valhalla means nothing. That means nothing when you say that. It's okay, so Valhalla, and then the other ones weren't quite as big, but now this is the biggest. Go before Valhalla. Roll it back a little bit, buddy. Let's keep going back to all the ones that are blowing this away. So
Right.
so pretty much this is these are the actual as close as I can get. I mean, these are estimates, okay? These aren't I don't have a leaker. But
How did you come to these numbers? Let's start with
so
that.
so with PS5, there's a whole math section, but don't go there. It's too much for some people. They won't like it.
This?
So
Okay.
these numbers are fine, but
Oh,
the
math
second
section.
post
Okay.
is the math. But
Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's
yeah,
do this.
no, I'll just break it down. So for PS5, on PSN profiles, there's 903,000 PS5 users. PS5 specifically. There's a lot more than that, but PS5 specifically, 903,000. So you go on there and you can go into the game and it says how many people own it straight up, right at the top. So you take that number, you do the multiplier against the user base that's active PS5s, which is 49 million per month.
Which, first off, holy shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not small. PS5 is big. The whole
Damn.
user base of like PSN is like 175 million. It's big, but that's with PS4 as well.
Yeah. That's big business. Holy crap. When you put it like that.
Yeah, it's big, man. I mean, they make some cash. So anyway, it gets you a multiple 54. So you multiply that number by 54, and I get 510,000. And then with Xbox, it's pretty much a division like Xbox and MS Store on PC kind of mixed, where it's about 50%. It's probably a little less, but 250. It's just a roundabout number. It's much smaller than PlayStation. So.
And your total here that you came to would be, before I even saw this, not to sound like a Nostradamus, but would be around what I would have guessed it would have sold. I would have probably gone under this. I would have gone like 1.1, maybe 1.2 if I'm thinking
It
about
was 1.1 yesterday's Smash. You see,
okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. I
No,
mean, it
it's
makes
fine.
sense. It makes sense, but
So
like
again, yeah,
1.2
these aren't perfect numbers at all, but they're
no. But this
pretty
is
good.
like a general consensus of what you could guess from it based off of the numbers that they've presented. And it would actually explain why they don't celebrate and announce the 1 million sales, because they already said 2 million players.
Exactly.
And they want that out there, that rhetoric, to be confused with sales. Because if they start clarifying, oh, we have 1 million sales, then people will be like, oh, I thought you said 2 million. And then they're going to look bad.
Yeah, it's going to look like they walked back 1 million people, right? That's what it's going to look like. So they'll never say sales now. No way.
No, let me follow up with Azure Blue asked a question I was going to follow up with here. Why is Steam 490,000?
Okay, yeah. So Steam, this is on the high side on purpose, okay, because the way this settles is a little odd. But what I have noticed from previous trends of games is generally the peak, especially in the first week, is somewhere between 5 and 10 times that number. Okay. So let's say it's 50,000, just a roundabout. 5 times 50,000, 250,000, right? 10 times that, 500,000. So it's in there. So I just pretty much try to figure out what's the hype behind this. This doesn't have a ton of hype. It's not Monster Hunter Wilds, right? But it's also how grindy is it? Like if it's a really grindy game, people are in the game longer, so that number is going to stay up higher. So this isn't a really grindy game, so I gave it a 7, a multiple of 7, right? Which is about middle, and I think it might be high. It might be a 6, but I gave it a 7 anyway, just because to show how bad it is. So yeah, so I do the multiple of 7 on the.
So your full disclosure, you're actually giving them the benefit of the doubt.
I'm giving them numbers. Yes, I am giving them numbers. Yes, I am giving them numbers all over the place.
And Robert Lawrence says 490,000 what? Dollars? No, that's units sold.
Copies, yeah, not money. Yeah, so
so that would explain how they got to 2 million players engaged, because that means they got about 0.8 million or 800,000 Ubisoft. Yeah, which, well, not even, probably like 600,000 or even less, maybe 500,000, and then you have like 100,000 people that bought it on Steam that returned it within the 2-hour window, which I guarantee there's probably
And
100,000 people that did that. I
and
would,
those are not numbers we have, that's for sure.
because like I said this in one of my videos playing it, if the game was not gifted to me and I was not playing it for my audience, I would have returned it after an hour and 55 minutes. I'd be like, no, I'm not doing this.
Yeah. No shame in that game, Smash. I would do the same thing. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, if that's where I'm coming from and that's where you coming from, then that means there's a good portion of players that would do the same thing, and that's a very generous return policy that Steam has for a game like this, because you can get a good sense of the game in 2 hours. You can basically, it almost concerns me that some games pad themselves out to make sure they don't get returned. Because what's stopping a game like Yasuke Simulator from being returned after someone beats it? Because you can beat the game in an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, you can for sure. It's just a speed run game. You
It
totally could.
is. I think the only thing that keeps you from returning it is it's only on sale right now, $3.30.
That's so
So
awesome.
are you really gonna go through your effort of returning the game when you probably will play it again because it's that good?
Right. Yeah, it's fun. And and they deserve to keep the money. And that's how I would view it. I've played through a
100%.
game before that I returned, but it was because I fucking hated it. And it was
Mhm.
5 minutes long. I was furious. So for
Yeah,
that,
that's what it's
I
there
got my
for.
money back. I was like, I couldn't
Exactly.
believe this. I couldn't believe it.
But back to Shadows. So my feeling is I would have returned it if I didn't have it gifted to me and I didn't have the YouTube channel and I wasn't playing it for people. If I didn't have all these things going towards why I need to keep it, I would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing this. I have so many other games I'd rather play than this. And
Yeah.
that's what's working against Ubisoft with this game is it doesn't, to me at least, it doesn't sell me on the experience of, oh, I can't wait to find out what happens next. The only
At all.
reason that I'm loading it back up is to be like, I can't wait to see how bad the next voice acting line is. Like that's what's motivating me to get into
Shiitake?
Shiitake.
I can't believe that's it. I still think that's a mistake. Like they left like a tryout line. What is that doing in the game, man?
I would agree with you if I didn't play the game and
I
see
know
that
it's so bad everywhere.
it's so bad everywhere else. And I'm like, no, that's just how it is. That's just a really bad one. But
Yeah.
there is so much bad about the voice acting that, oh God, it's terrible. It's very memeable. I almost wonder if it's so bad it's almost good. Like that Shiitake line is that will be etched in the halls of history of gaming. People will be playing that 10 years from now.
You're right. No, you're right. That's gonna stick around, dude. It is. The meme's
Uh,
gonna keep Shadows alive. Nothing else will, because everyone's gonna forget about Yasuke and Naue pretty quick. But Shiitake will live
Shiitake.
forever.
Ubisoft continues to use Access Gaming journalists to gaslight us into believing Shadows is some massive hit, while a large part of the users are accessing their $18 rental service to play the game. I'm here to bring some clarity to the madness with the numbers, math, and replies. And we'll get to that in a second. But I kind of did some quick math the other day when I was talking about their quote unquote rental service,
Yeah.
Ubisoft Connect. So here's the curious thing about that a lot of people don't really think about. They're getting $18 and they know most people are signing up for it to play Shadows. They're not signing up for it to play all their game. No one does that. Like you
100%.
sign up for it to play the game. And their hope is that they keep you on for another month or two, or maybe even forever, and you turn into a whale, and you're just always just spending money on them every single month, and then you forget that you're even doing it, and you don't even use it anymore, and 2 years go by, and you're like, oh shit, I've spent
Yeah.
$1,000 this.
The gym membership from hell, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But what I postulated was Ubisoft knows that gamers are cheap as fuck, and
Yeah.
that's built into the price. So $18 is marginally less than what they would get after a sale of selling the game on sale after the store takes their cut. So it's because you're not going to sell the game at $70. No one buys games at $70. Like very rarely do people buy a game day one $70 unless it's just like, I have to get this game day one. Like you're the biggest Assassin's Creed fan in the world, you have to have it.
Yeah, and there's
Most
tons of
people
hype to move them around. Yep.
exactly, and most people know Ubisoft games go on sale after 48 hours. So it's like, why would you buy
Yeah.
it? Why would you buy it day one? So and that already happened. Xbox was already selling at Best Buy for $10
I
off.
saw this. I
Yeah,
was like, this is very soon, even for
very soon,
them.
even for them. So that was on sale. So they're probably doing the math. These are much smarter people than we are.
We think, but look what they keep putting out.
I know. I heavy quotes when I say that, by the way. Uh, much smarter people than we are. That crunch the numbers and they do the math. And this is what they have people. These are their jobs all day are to figure out the numbers. Like, okay, if the game goes on sale and we sell the most amount of units, we move the most product for this price of, we'll say, $39.99. That's the sweet spot for this game. When it goes on sale for $40, that's when they're going to actually sell units of it.
Yep.
They're going to be getting, probably after transport to the stores take their cut, taxes involved, all that's everything, the moving it around the world, all that. They're probably making less than $18 on every $40 sale.
At that point, yeah. So
And
yeah, for hard copies for sure.
and if that's the case, they're probably already saying, well, shit, even if they rent it for a month, that's like selling the game. But
In
we
2
have
months.
the bonus of maybe they'll have another month. Maybe they'll
Yep.
have another month after that. And then we can get them. So that's their thinking, where they don't care about you. They don't care about what you get tangibly, what you own. This is Ubisoft, the same company that was saying, get used to not owning your games.
Yeah.
And they did the math and they're doing the whole fuck you. Like, this is you have to buy it from us some way. And if you're going to do it this way, we're going to get it on the front end and we'll get it on the back end.
Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. I mean, it explains their price point a bit too, right?
Because it's very high.
It
I
is
think that
high.
$18 is very high for a
I mean,
monthly.
how much is Game Pass Ultimate right now? Is
I
it
think it's
about this?
around the same price, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
less,
I
maybe,
think
isn't
it's
it?
$19.99 for
Is it
Ultimate.
19.99?
It's
Oh
something
yeah, I'm
like
thinking
that.
of the other one. Yeah, I think it's $20.
But it's very close. And you
Yep.
get a lot more with the
Yep.
Game Pass Ultimate than Ubisoft Plus Premium.
100%. Why would you buy this rental service when you could? And honestly, here's the other problem. This is the streaming wars that we all have with TV. Why would you pay for Netflix, Paramount, Disney Plus, Peacock, ESPN, Hulu? Like, you go through all these names of all these streaming services. I mean, these are just ones off the top of my head. I'm sure there's like a million other ones too. You go through each one of those and you're ending up paying
More than
$300.
cable.
Yeah, $300 a month when you break it all down. And it's like, what am I
Yep.
doing with all this stuff? There's no feasible way you can watch every single thing. And what I've learned, this is kind of off topic, but what I've learned for myself when it comes to that stuff is there's no penalty for canceling it.
Exactly.
So if you have a show you want to watch or binge and get through, you pick up the service for that month and then you cancel it when you're done with it. And then you look to see what else is and what you want to move on to next. And you pick up the service of whatever one you want to move on to next.
Yep.
And it lets you focus on getting through that show, and it keeps the prices to a bearable amount.
Yeah, because that shit will spiral out of control on you quick.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be taking this whole conversation
That's
myself. Sorry. I will throw it back to you in a second.
It's totally fine. This is a good combo smash. I can talk about this all night.
Yeah,
Get rid of this
exactly. This is
AC
great.
stuff. This AC stuff. I'm bored of this shit. We'll talk about fucking Netflix, Disney Plus. Let's talk about something else other than fucking Yasuke, please.
Right. Well, I hate to do this, but I'm going to bring it back to Yasuke.
Okay. Damn it.
Sorry, I had to. But you bring it back to Ubisoft, and to your point, who's going to be paying for Game Pass and then also pay for Ubisoft Connect or Ubisoft Plus or whatever, and then also pay for PS Plus, and then also pay for whatever the hell Nintendo services.
Thingy.
What's that?
EA Pro.
EA
Pro
is another one. Yeah, EA is another one. So you have all these services and they're all competing against each other. There's too much competition for the pie that's around for people that want to participate in that. Because I don't want to participate in that. And if I do, I would pick up one of them. I'm not going to just buy all of them. That's the problem. This is why this doesn't work.